All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have Tunde Abaton Alabisi DG Politile right here. So, to our third conversation. Desperate situations demand desperate measures. This perfectly captures the move by the President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Monica Dogban-Mensah, who has formed a special panel to resolve the ongoing crisis between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the Rivers State House of Assembly. The three-member panel, led by Justice Onyekachi Otisi, will have its first meeting on Thursday. Other members of the panel are Justices Mistura Bolaji Yusuf and James Abundaga. Now, let's bring the conversation home. Let me start with you, Olabisi Deji Folitile. Now that the appeal court has formed a panel to look into the issue in Rivers State, the Rivers State governor and the Rivers State House of Assembly, what should we expect?
Well, I think this is a right step to start with, because I think they have over 17 different kinds of appeal cases in court. So at least this time around, we expect that the special panel that is set up is going to look at all of these cases and come up with a decision that will finally put an end to this crisis in Rivers State between the governor and the State House of Assembly. I want to believe that there are the issues here. For example, we've been talking about if it is possible for a three-member House of Assembly to take decisions in a state. And we've also looked at the issue of 20-something members defecting to another party, and if the defected members of the State Assembly can still be counted as members of the People's Democratic Party or as members of the All Progressive Congress. That is another issue here. And we expect that with this special panel, we should be able to know if the seats of the so-called defected lawmakers are still intact in the House of Assembly, or if those seats should be declared vacant. And we should also know if the governor has a right to implement policies based on a decision taken by a three-member House of Assembly, so to say. Those are the critical issues. They're really critical. They are the critical issues. So we expect that this panel will bring to an end that controversy. And we will be able to know the way forward this time around, because honestly, what is happening in Rivers State needs to be settled. It needs to be settled. It needs to be settled. And there are two ways to me that it could be settled. That is either political way or through the judiciary. Obviously, the political move seems to have failed. So this is a judicial move. So we expect that this judicial move should bring an end, because whatever judgment that is pronounced by the judiciary is pronounced. Of course, it can be appealed, but then you have to abide by the decision. You have to abide by the decision, and we know that this is the decision that is being taken. Yeah, at least I also see that all the other cases in court will have been put together, and all of them will be attended to by this special panel.
But today, Olabisi talked about solution. So let's talk about solution here. Where do you see the solution coming from? A political solution or a legal solution?
Well, I think when you really look at study the Rivers State, it is intractable because people who are in political offices, people who have political differences, feel to have a common ground. You move from your own standpoint, the other move from his and we come to the middle ground and we settle amicably. When that one failed, and it has failed several times, what I always tell people, like the president said, is that he told people in Rivers State that we should learn to follow the rule of law. If you cannot follow the rule of law, when you disagree politically, when it concerns to the issue of law, because the law court, the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. So all of them are common men. All of them, all the combatants here now. So the thing now is that for the president of the Court of Appeal to have set up that special, it's like a special purpose vehicle that they do is to find a solution. The only solution that is left now, having exhausted all the political solutions.
You think it's the political solution has been exhausted?
Look, there's a saying in my place that if there's a conflict between two people, elders will first of all come and try to find a way. Even husbands and wives, when they go to court, there comes a situation whereby the judge or the magistrate will tell them, go and settle at home. It is when they are unable to settle amicably that they come to court. Well, mark you, the moment the court make a pronouncement, that is the final. You cannot go back from the court and say you set aside the decision of the court and go back and find a solution. It is not done. The moment the court make a pronouncement, it is the final arbiter.
But I'm asking now, are you saying all avenues for political solution if
it has not been exhausted, the president of the Court of Appeal, with a lot about 17 cases in court because of the crisis, she will not have set up that special purpose makeup of 3 judges who will begin sitting to 48 hours time to look at all the rigmarole that they have been doing. Because look, since the last 12 months, that state have never known peace. And the thing the question you keep on asking yourself is that if somebody did something about 12 years ago by getting a budget passed by 7 people in the House of Assembly and getting a governor impeached, because that Court of Appeal, that special purpose court, they have to settle an issue. And that issue is that, is it normal? Is it judicially sensible for 4 people or 3 people
to pass a budget?
To pass a budget that belongs to millions of people. Because if they don't settle that one now, if they settle it now, any governor, it will serve as
exactly
for you to not to just
try such
bamboozle anybody with them. So that question has to be settled. If that question is settled now, there's no need of going to any political. They have failed. All the political issues have failed. The only area where the politics has not failed is that when election time, if you are not satisfied with whatever comes out of this 3-man panel now, they are ruling. The only thing you can do is to appeal to the Supreme Court, because this is the Court of Appeal president that is setting up a panel. Exactly. So if they could not resolve it, or if you are not satisfied, go to Supreme Court. If you are not satisfied after the Supreme Court, what I tell people is that wait for 3 years and vote against that government.
Vote against the government.
Do you have no other thing? Don't resort to violence. So this court will be making a landmark pronouncement in the issue of legislative crisis in Nigeria, and that is the rule of law will have its way at the other time. Because I believe that they have exhausted, they have enough time to exhaust the
political solution.
But they have refused.
The thing is, I still believe in a political solution. Yeah. But if we are to say there should be a political solution, who should be at the table when that discussion is? Should the president also be at the table?
So, the truth of the matter is that
former governors of
the truth of the matter is that even when the special appeal court is sitting, there could still be political
so before a pronouncement is made.
Yes. There could still be political moves to settle the case politically. And for me, I think right now the president has been involved in the past. He may need to be involved
again.
If we are talking about political solution, because for me, the president should be able to have the ears of both the minister and the governor, because it's not as if we don't know what is going on in Rivers State. We know that all these things we are talking about is just a result of the fight between a godfather and a godson.
Even though the former governor is not even tied in the suit, but we know that those are we know the foundation of the problem, the background to the problem, and we know that today, if our minister in the Federal Capital Territory decides to say, I have forgiven you, go and sin no more, we know that everything will be settled. You understand? And but to get that to be done, I think it will involve the president. But even at that, I don't really know what the president can do, because I don't think the president can force anybody to
change their mind about the way they see things. Because we are talking about fight for supremacy. It's a supremacy fight that we are talking about. Somebody is saying that I own the state, I have the power, I call the shots here, and the other person is saying no, you can't.
It's a matter of ego.
So it's a matter of ego between two personalities, and I don't even know. I don't think the president can do much in this situation. I think the best that we can see now is just that the legal angle to it, and that nobody can contest at the end of the day. So
I think history is just repeating itself. Oh, it was late Justice Taslim Elias who said that one of the problems we have with democracy is that we have no patience for democratic principles. And when we have no patience, we don't try the court. You know that in 1962, if the Prime Minister, like he said, the President should intervene, it was what happened in the Western Regional House of Assembly. It's not something that should have led to the state of emergency. But because the Prime Minister intervened, he should not have intervened because the majority there, they put Adigberu as the Prime Minister, and some people just jumped on the chair and started shouting. Exactly. It was because the Prime Minister was an interested party in that thing. That was why he declared state of emergency, whereas the issue that happened then is not enough to declare state of emergency, and that was the beginning of the problem we have in Nigeria today. So they should have allowed the process to go on. People who have the majority of the House, they should hold the House, because House of Assembly is a representative of all the people of the state. That is why the issue of allowing 3 people or 4 people to pass a budget is detrimental to rule of law.
But don't forget the fact that these people we are talking about also declared that they were no longer members
on the floor of the
ruling party on the floor of the House. So really, it's not that straightforward. So it's not as if the other 27.
But politically, it's not tractable. But the only thing they can do is that now it is to whatever comes out of this Court of Appeal, special tribunal, is going to hold, whether anybody likes it or not. Because they have exhausted their political patience, and the people of River State deserve to be governed. There has to be governance in River State. So anybody that is not satisfied with whatever come out of this ruling should wait till 3 years.
Wait till 3 years. Okay, well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right, let's go straight to our final conversation.